Well, hello everyone and welcome to Crowley House Flower Farm. Today I'm going to be tackling the greenhouse. We have a nice overcast day. It's fairly cool and I'm going to take out all the Snapdragons. They are just done. As beautiful as they were and as giving as they were, it is time to get them out. We've got weeds growing out of control and I don't want them to go to seed, so I am just taking this day that is a little bit cooler to tackle a big job like this. Later in the video, I'm going to be helping Jason with a big project that we have in our cooler. So a couple of weeks ago, our air conditioner that runs the CoolBot system started running hot, and it would sometimes kick in and keep cool, and then when it got super hot outside, it would just dive down to, or the temperature would raise up to about 65, which is not good for flowers. So Jason ordered a new air conditioner. We're going to be installing that, but we have to make some modifications to the cooler. So I'm going to be diving into getting the cooler just kind of spiffed up, new air conditioner, hooking up the CoolBot to it, and going through all of that, and probably cleaning up the studio a little bit. It'll be between jobs. I have to paint, it's a whole bunch of things. We also have some bouquets going out the door. I think we have our standard order of 100, and then we have another order for 50. We're going to be tackling the 100 tomorrow, and so we also have a couple other bucket sales that are going out, so I'm cutting for that. So the other thing I have to do is get these sweet peas out, and I'm going to leave the cattle panels up because I'm going to be planting actually a second succession of sweet peas. I'm going to try it. It's a little bit late for that, but this tunnel is double walled, and sometimes we can get away with getting some sweet peas in the fall. And so what I'm doing is just the colors that are kind of used in fall. So like maybe some whites and creams, and then I'm hoping to do some King Ransoms because those are really fun. And I'm also doing Love in a Puff, which is kind of a fun one. I've not grown it in a tunnel before, so we'll see how it goes. But it stays really warm in here, and it usually doesn't freeze until January in here, so I'm thinking I can do it. The only other thing that we might have trouble with is lighting, and so we do have some lights that we can put up that will help extend the daylight. But here in the Pacific Northwest, we have really long daylight hours, not like Alaska or, other areas, Norway. When I was there, the sun never set. So here the sun's been setting around 9:30. You can still kind of work outside at 10, but it's kind of getting dusky now. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and rip these out as well. So it's going to be a big undertaking for myself. I might have tackled too much. We'll see. So today we're just removing all the Snapdragons. I used an electric cutter just to kind of cut along where the Horvanova netting is, the white netting, and then we ended up just pulling and tucking and rolling, and we couldn't salvage all of the netting. That's kind of happens sometimes with certain flowers. But then Emma and I pulled up all the drip lines. We pulled up the landscape fabric, cleaned everything up, took several loads to the compost pile, and tomorrow I will start in on getting the ground prep to replant. Emma and I decided to tackle the Delphinium area because the greenhouse was getting too hot. We were gonna salvage some of the seeds for the sweet peas and take the sweet peas out, but it was just too warm. So we went ahead and weeded that whole area. It was so, I don't know, when you do a big project like that and it's easy weeding, that soil's really good. Weeds just come right out. It is just a delight to do. There's something about it, just cleaning up. It's looking good. We have a little more work to do in that area, but we'll do that another day. It's just to the point where it's manageable and the weeds aren't too large. So the construction or the repairs on my little studio continue. Hi.
Hello.
Jason is going to be installing a new air conditioner for us and hooking it up to the CoolBot. And so he's going to take you through that. I'm going to run to the hardware store and get a few more supplies. We're needing some primer and a new roller. So I'm going to run to the hardware store and get that while he gets started on the air conditioner. So we're trying to do this project as fast as we can. It's on a very cool day, so we kind of chose that, partly because the old air conditioner is just struggling to keep up, especially on really hot days. So we live on a dirt road. Running a system like this, so the CoolBot actually works by overriding the air conditioner, so it drops the temperature down and holds the flowers at a cooler temperature than it would as a normal air conditioner. So it just kind of does that for you. So we have insulation, we've put up all the boards. I mean, we've done this, we did this a couple years ago, and this air conditioner is running pretty much full time for the last 2 years. So it doesn't ever shut off because we constantly have product that's in our cooler. Our cooler's pretty small. I think it's like an 8x10. I'm not totally for sure. Jason will probably confirm that. But it works for us for the most part. I think eventually I'd like to build a bigger one, maybe a 10x10, but I have plans for that. That's going to be out by the greenhouse. It's going to be a little bit more sufficient, I guess, as far as getting things in. But this one works really well for especially our floral designs, weddings, and that kind of thing. So we have a huge order for bouquets tomorrow. So I have to get this cooler going. And then we also have a ton of flowers that are just gonna be sitting. And thankfully today, like I said, is nice and cool, and we're able to just kind of do this project really quick. So hoping to get that done tonight before dinner. So one more thing on our list, and it's going to be checked off here shortly.
Okay, everybody. I'm inside our walk-in cooler. You can see behind me is the one AC unit that I'm going to replace. And right here is the CoolBot. Now, if you guys don't know what a CoolBot is, a CoolBot is what tricks the AC machine into thinking it's not cooling enough, and it brings the temperature down. Now, there is a fine line there, because if you make it get too cold, these panels will ice up, and then it's really hard on the unit. So you kind of have to tweak them a little bit, but once you get them set, they work really good. You pretty much, I'd say they last about 2-3 years, and then you pretty much have to replace them. The one that I bought to put in the hole here is wider. It's the same height, but it's wider. I think it's about 2 inches wider. So I'm gonna have to take this plywood off the wall, take everything out, and then make it fit the hole. So that's what I'm going to have you follow along and show you how I did it. Now I'm going to show you guys the unit that I am replacing. So this is an LG brand, and that's the brand that CoolBot recommends. So that's what I decided to do. The one that I have in there is GE, and you can go on their website and they will tell you which ones they recommended. But this was the highest recommended one. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna see how long I can make this one last. And that's one that we bought in here really didn't cool quite low enough. It got into the low 40s, but really you should try and get your cooler down to about 34 to 36 degrees is ideal. So we're gonna see if this one works better or not. just follow. Okay, so as you can see, I got the old unit taken out, and after measuring it, I took this frame piece that I had the original cooler in, and it turns out that I'm going to basically go here to here with the new cooler, so I have to cut this that much wider, put another 2x4 in here, and then put a header board on it to fit, and then I can slide the new one back in place. A little bit more work to do, and I'll get back to you on the next step. Okay, so we got it all square. Now we are going to get the piece of plywood up there and get it fitted to the new size, get it cut out before we install the new cooler. Okay, so you can see I got the hole all cut. I'm going to screw the board back in place, and then we'll see if the AC should fit. Okay, so we got it in place. It's nice and firm. We'll get it a little bit more stabilized. Nice and quiet. So we're going to put it all the way down to cool. So we can see currently the temperature in here is 75. So we're going to click room. Now it says 32, so let's kick that up to about, let's go to 36. We don't want to go crazy. I don't know, we'll just leave it hanging for now. Okay, so here's an update. It's only been about 10-15 minutes, and I have the temp gauge at 60, and this is reading 63 at the moment. Now, if I take this temp gauge, that's pretty cold. So anyways, we're gonna come back and take another look a little bit and see where we're at.
So I stopped by the hardware store and got some more foam rollers. This is for like really like rough surfaces because of that board that we have in there. And then we've got some spray foam that's going to go in the cracks, so I'm going to do that as well. And then I got another all-purpose primer. It's an interior exterior, and I figured I could use this on the windows as well when I go to repaint, or the doors, that kind of thing. When I go to scrape the paint off, it just definitely needs like a little bit of paint. That's for another day. Today was long. I'm not gonna lie. We pulled out all those Snapdragons. Emma and I, we did that whole back area where, that's a Delphinium patch actually. They're pretty small and they're growing, they're doing good, but it's going to be a garden that is going to be mixed in with some peonies, and it looks funny right now because it has the lines down it, but and that's just mainly for cutting and then me being able to access the little starts as they get going. Eventually it's going to have some peonies and a few other things scattered through it, and I think it's going to turn out really pretty when it's done. But I'm kind of tired, so I'm going to head in. Jason's making paella tonight, which is a really fun dish. If you have never had that, I'll show you here in just a second. It's a Spanish dish. My mother is Spanish, and so it's something that kind of we started doing as a tradition. Not on any special occasion, but we do like to make it. It's a rice dish. It's got healthy meats and it's got a combination of things. Kind of reminds me of jambalaya, I think. So I'm just gonna go in and relax. I'm feeling kind of tired. That was a big job. Tomorrow we have another huge day ahead of us. So I just got ordered to get some green beans for dinner. So I'm gonna go head out to the garden and do that. So I'm gonna go cut those. And then tomorrow I'm going to, after I do the bouquets and the design work, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle the cooler. It's really cold in there. And I'm not, you know, I just wanna get the bouquets done and out, then we'll work on that. So I'm gonna start back up on the projects here in the studio after tomorrow. So we just got these new papers, new to us. Mayesh, the company that we work for our grocery bouquets, they suggested that we switch to this paper that we got from Uline. And the difference, I feel like I should hold up one of our old ones so you can see. This is our old one. This is the new one. As you can see, it's much bigger, much more durable. It's a lot thicker, and it also has a wax coating on the inside, which will help with the water. So if this gets wet, it's less likely to like be completely ruined than the other one, where if that one gets wet, you have to like switch it out, and it's a whole hassle and whatever. But yeah, so we're switching to this one. We're excited to see how it works today. It's a little more expensive because of the larger size and the like quality of the paper and the wax coating, of course. But I think it will definitely up the quality of our bouquets too. So. So we're starting on our bouquet order today, and then after we're done with that, we've got a little bit of water to do. So anyways, that's what we're doing. The girls and I are gonna make these bouquets really quick. Well, it has been a very long day, but I feel like days like this, we just get so much accomplished and it feels really good at the end of the day. So I'm excited at the progress we made and just having a cooler that can house our flowers, because it is supposed to get really hot later this week. We actually are under fire watch again, I think tomorrow. So to have a cooler running that can just house all of our flowers that we're making, the bouquets, all that kind of stuff, is just peace of mind. Okay, well, until next time, much success in all you do and grow, and we'll be seeing you back here at Crowley House very soon. Bye-bye.